All right. So back on, I think it was September 8th of this year, I did an interview with Kelly Jones, and I think you've seen that. And in that interview, he wanted me to come back, do a tour of the county, do different things. And Alex, you and I know each other from some of your work on public records and other things. And you've offered up to me like, well, if Kelly Jones won't do the tour, you'll do the tour and hit some of the highlights there. So last time we did something talking about this, we were talking about you potentially establishing a residency in Adams County and running for commissioner against Kelly Jones. And just give me, before we jump in, on where you are right now on that. Is that still kind of your plan, or how are you sitting right now on establishing residency in Adams County and running against Kelly Jones?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Chris, and congratulations on your media coverage and your success.
Okay.
I love speaking to you about Adams County, and so with my residency status, I'm in the process right now of getting a property and putting a trailer on there. So
Okay.
I would have a trailer and lot in Adams County, but then my business interests, and I would have another residence up here in Columbus. So very similar to how some people might do it with like Hamilton County and then a studio efficiency
Okay.
apartment. Um,
Okay.
but
So,
I also don't have kids, so
okay.
yeah.
And you're single, right? You're not married?
I am not married, no
Okay.
kids. Yeah.
Okay. And real quick before we jump in, your business interest, what is your primary business?
So our primary business is called Empire Sports and Entertainment. We have
Okay.
software, sports travel packages, a bunch of operations in the live entertainment industry.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you've agreed, and even offered the notion of coming to Adams County on Monday. We talked about it and we picked Monday because it is a commissioner meeting on Monday before Thanksgiving. And maybe it'll be an opportunity I thought it'd be a good opportunity to introduce you personally to Kelly Jones and see if I can get you guys to talk together. We'll see what happens there. But what kind of, what are your goals and what are the places that you want to visit on the tour on Monday?
Sure. So I would love to take you to see where my family is from in Adams County, down on East Main Street. Take you through the downtown and show you kind of some of the empty buildings that we have now in the county, such as Prather's IGA, um, and other spots that used to be thriving, used to be places of gathering for the community. We have time, we could take you up to the farm that we had in Winchester off of Buck Run Road. The
Okay.
animal shelter is a big area that I'd like to show you about. My grandfather, Dr. Mark Bacalnis, was a veterinarian for decades in Adams County, along with my grandmother, Helen Bacalnis, who was his vet tech.
Okay.
They had their house right there on Main Street next to David Gifford, who's the current county auditor.
Okay.
And so the animal welfare and the issues surrounding that in Adams County obviously are a big concern of mine, as they are to many other people, and how we're appropriating money and building this new animal shelter.
Okay. So as far as your platform goes, at this point, you've talked to me to a couple things about how you plan to run and wanting to have debates per se and stuff like that. But do you have particular platform points at this point, or are you more trying to learn more about what's needs to happen from a platform like a development or business or what have you in Adams County? Do you have any part of a platform that you can share at this point?
Sure. So I really want to engage with the people of Adams County to see, a lot of the areas that you've uncovered in terms of people's redresses and how they're not getting addressed by the current government, and how things are just kind of being thrown off to the wayside, and we have this kind of degenerate society run by certain leaders within the county. So I want to be able to host or have cities in the county host debates between Kelly Jones and myself, and I would make that offer to Mr. Jones if he would like to do debates in Manchester, Seaman, Peoples, and West Union, hit all the major areas,
Okay.
and agree to do debates regarding his candidacy and my candidacy for county commissioner. I'll let him pick the format. I'll let him pick the moderators, and we can have the people come in and we can really address some of the issues that are going on in the county that were not there before. When I
Okay.
was more involved with the county, what issues are there now, and possibly how Mr. Jones and other people haven't been addressing them.
So, okay, so you see that as being, you mentioned four locations. Would you let him pick the locations, or are those you're going to be the one that picks the locations?
Kelly can pick everything. Mr. Jones is, I've never met him before, but he can pick whatever forms he wants. I think just those four big areas of the county, just based on the concentration, that would be great to hit, the major areas there. But moderator, format of the debates, I
Okay.
would commit to that right now.
Okay. So you, okay. So, aren't you worried that he would make it unfair or slant it in a way that put you in a bad light if he can control the format, what'd you say, the format, the locations, the moderator, if he controls all of that, aren't you worried that that would leave, that he would, that would really favor him? Kind of like, that he would know the questions maybe that were going to be asked, or how do you, are you not afraid of that?
I'm not afraid of it because I think that might lead into greater questions on, what we're trying to cover up in
Okay.
Adams County with the current, administration that's there. So I am a person for the people of Adams County, and I just want to
Okay.
be able to voice their concerns and be able to help the people in Adams County any way I can. And I see running for commissioner as a great way of doing that.
Okay. Do you like, are you planning from a financial standpoint? You have your business in Columbus. Should you be elected commissioner, are you planning to keep running that business? Are you going to be just commissioner? You know, um, help me to understand kind of from a business and financial standpoint, kind of where you're at from being commissioner. I think the job pays like 50 or 60,000 a year.
Right. So the position, the salary is codified by the General Assembly. It's roughly $55,000 a year. And I think that's an interesting question because Miss Moore used to be a practicing attorney in the county. She is now,
She's another commissioner, right?
yeah, she is now a
So,
county
okay.
commissioner. I know through Mr. Jones talking with you, he's touted about his successful businesses in the community, and what he operates. But for me, it's not about the money, it's about what I can do to help the people of Adams County. So one of the things that I am running on, that I would encourage the fellow commissioners that are actually there right now to do is to donate their salary on a monthly basis to worthy causes and charities within Adams County. Because if we have these people that are, truly touting how successful they've been, I don't think the county commissioner is a position where we should be taking resources away from people in the county that can truly benefit it more than the commissioners themselves.
Okay. I put out a thing, a piece a little bit earlier today of when I was talking to Kelly Jones, and he mentioned 4 hours a week on being commissioner, spending 4 hours a week. So you're saying that you're asking them to donate their salaries, but I just want to make sure I understand this. If you were elected commissioner, that you would plan to donate your salary?
Absolutely. So very similar to President Trump, what he's
Okay.
doing with the president right now, being in office. I am not going to take a salary. I am going to donate my salary to causes within Adams County, and I think that's a great way of getting more interaction with the residents. Is we can see some of the great causes that are there and how we can, benefit them from, from a financial and resource standpoint. So I would make that pledge right now, and I would encourage Mr. Hayslett, Miss Moore, and Mr. Jones to make that commitment now, and to do that themselves.
Okay. And then as far as your residence is concerned, if you should be elected, then your plan is to maintain both a residence in Columbus and a residence in Adams County.
Correct. Yes, that would be correct. Yeah.
Okay. And you would maintain your business, the primary location, or the location of your business being Columbus.
Correct. Yes. So again, I think there's the county prosecutor that does something similar to that right now
Okay.
with Hamilton
I don't know
County.
about the
So
business, but yeah. So okay. And then as far as your residency plans, you mentioned so tomorrow when we take the tour, do you have a specific lot in mind that you're already looking at buying, or are you looking for real estate in Adams County?
I do. Until that's finalized, I'm kind of leaving that up to the people that are handling that. But
Okay.
if anybody has a nice single wide, I'm looking for to be able to put on that lot, that would be great. I
Okay.
really don't need that much. I mean, I know some people have studio efficiency apartments, but a basic trailer for me is really all I need.
Okay.
So I'm fine with that.
And do you have, I know their commissioner meetings are generally on Mondays. What would be your plan for being accessible to the citizens in Adams County versus when you're running your business or you're in Franklin County or Columbus? So are there certain defined times or how would you handle your accessibility to people in Adams County?
Yeah, great question. And I think that's part of what Kelly Jones, what you mentioned before, is he seems to only work 4 hours a week, I think you said when you talked to him.
He said commissioner was 4 hours a week
Right, right.
in the interview. Yeah.
So I would make myself available in person, to my fellow people of Adams County, Friday late afternoons and evenings as I would come, for the commissioners meeting. And then all day Monday, we do the commissioner meetings on Monday
I mean,
morning. And then,
Friday, you said Friday.
oh, I'm sorry, Sunday. I'm sorry. I
Okay, okay. Well,
apologize. Sunday.
are you planning on spending some of your weekends in Adams County?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Adams County is always where my heart's been, and it's, where I truly resonate with. So, yeah, I'll make myself completely available to people, during the weekends, prior to the meetings that come up for in person, and so people can voice their concerns. And then, all day Sunday. After that, I probably have some things I got to get back to.
Okay.
But also,
Well, you said all day Sunday. I think you're okay. Let's go walk through this because I think you've mixed up some days maybe. So your regular plan will be to be in Adams County and accessible. The meetings are on Monday from when to when? I know you might be there other times, but what times could citizens count on that you would be accessible to them?
they can count on meeting with me in person Sunday late afternoon and Sunday evenings, prior
Okay.
to the commissioner meetings on Monday, and then all day Monday after the commissioners meetings.
Okay. So you'd have like open hours at that time on Sunday. I guess I could meet you at your trailer.
Sure.
um, or in
We,
the offices. Okay. And then
yeah.
and when there's events, to what degree would you be part of the community when there are events, like parades or, fairs or, I know Seaman has the fall pageant and so forth. Um,
There's a lot of great events, the county fair, 4-H programs that OSU does, and I definitely am going to be there and again talking with the people to see what really are the needs that need to be addressed from that standpoint. I know the tags on my car are up to date, so I think we're good on that.
are you gonna oh, hold on a second. Are you planning to register a vehicle in Adams County if you get elected?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. And I
Okay.
and
And
I would
then
encourage any elected official
to
that.
actually have a vehicle registered in the county?
Right. I don't know how that works with Hamilton County and living there, but working as an elected official in Adams County. But, I mean, I guess it's kind of the norm now for Adams.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So while we're there, so I'm looking forward to this. Maybe Kelly Jones will join us. We're going to go there for the commissioner meeting. I want to see if Kelly Jones will do a joint interview with you. Are you open to that if Kelly Jones will do an interview alongside of you?
I would love to do that, and I would also make the offer to Mr. Jones. One of the things that I believe in is availability of the public servants, meaning what would be myself or Mr. Jones right now, is to give out my personal cell phone number. So any of the constituents, they have a problem, they have an issue, and they feel like
Okay.
it's not being addressed. We could probably put that in the video and make that available. And
So you're wanting to publish that now? Like,
absolutely. So
all right,
I'll
just
give it
say it
out.
then. Just say it.
No, I'll give it out right now. My personal cell phone number is 614-937-4347. Any person of Adams County that has questions about the commissioner's office, the race, any voices of
Or
concern.
concerns about things that they need to get done or something. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm here for the people. Absolutely.
Okay, and you're thinking, you know what's funny about that is I'm very like it's not hard to find my mobile number. It's on a lot of things, and a lot of people are. A politician actually told me one time that he always gave out his mobile number. He would handwrite it on his cards. And I said to him, like, don't you get like crank calls and harass and all that kind of stuff? He's like, nah, like it's caller ID and all that kind of stuff. When you get people calling you, it's serious calls, you don't have this, the old days type of thing. So I appreciate you giving out that number. And I guess you're encouraging other commissioners to do the same, to be more accessible.
I think we need to have that transparency and accessibility for the people of Adams County. Absolutely.
Well, I've gone by the commissioner office several times, and I can say that other than when the meeting's going on, there generally none of them are there, and all they do is take a message, and then hopefully one of them will get back to you. But the reality is that they're not if you're not there, if you're not in the office now, maybe would you say the salary was 55 a year, 55,000?
Roughly 55,000,
So I
yes.
don't know what the average salaries are in Adams County, but that's probably a okay salary, and you would think for that amount per year. So I'm actually, if you did that amount per year, how many hours should you be available for that amount of money? So if it's 55,000, um, okay, so if Kelly Jones says 4 hours a week, 52 weeks, that's 208 hours.
That's a big hourly rate.
Divided by 208, that's $264 an hour. That's like lawyer money.
That
If you
definitely is.
said, if you said, I don't know what the typical wage is in Adams County, but let's say, what do you want me to say? $50 an hour, $100 an hour, $20 an hour? What do you how do you think
All
people
right, let's go with 20. I think a lot of people in Adams County would be fine making
$20 an
20.
hour? That's a full-time wage then. That's 2750 hours and 2080 is a full-time job. So, but even if I said, you're getting your upper crust, and I mean that in a sincere way, like there's a lot of us out there, but the people that you have be your commissioners and leaders are generally people that are very well qualified in the community and have, are lawyers or otherwise could be earning a much higher wage. Um, but if I even said $100 an hour, okay, that's 550 hours, and I said 52 weeks. Uh, my fingers would work right on my calculator. That would be to be available at least 11 hours a week. So, I would say probably if you take that hundreds a lot, but every commissioner should probably have open office hours at least 2 days a week, 2 full days a week at a
I think
minimum,
that's a
right?
great point.
That's what I think is very abusive that people don't know. And I would do this. This is any county. It's in Claremont County. Is a lot of elected officials don't actually do their jobs. They like hire a deputy and then they get the salary, but they're not in the office very much. And you've probably seen some of my videos when I was going around different offices in the courthouse asking if the elected official was there. And 9 times out of 10, they're not there. I don't know about Aaron Haslam because the door's locked now, so you can't even get in there to ask if he's there. But would you agree with that, my math, that you would spend at least 16 hours a week on county matters if you were to be elected?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a great point you bring up too, is, David Gifford, the current county auditor, is someone, he is up here every month for the county auditor meetings. And I think what people also should realize too is when you're a county commissioner, you have to work a lot with the state and also the federal government in terms of resources that are allocated to the counties, especially in Appalachia,
Right.
where Adams is at. So, with me also having roots here in Franklin County, I'm also better suited, in my opinion, to work with our state legislator and our elected officials at the state level and federal level to get more resources to Adams County. I think it would be interesting to see the last time the county commissioners interacted, with our state officials and our general
Okay.
legislatures up
Well, that's a
here.
good point, is to get plugged in up in Columbus, and because by having, it would certainly be better than Hamilton County being where you were. Is that
Yeah,
if
I'm
you're in
not.
Franklin County and Adams County, then you have an opportunity to engage with those people that would be decision makers on grants and other things that could benefit Adams County.
Yeah, because who decides where that's allocated? The General Assembly and our state leaders
Right,
down
right,
here in
right.
Columbus. I don't know. I guess there might be some charities somebody else takes priority in Hamilton County instead of trying to. I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
a side note too. You're. I don't know about Adams County boards and so forth, like with charities, and nobody can do everything. Okay, but would you be willing to participate in some of the boards and things like people talk to me. I'm not that familiar, but people talk to me about the children's home and stuff like that, things that are important in Adams County. If you're elected commissioner, would you be willing to participate in those things if it would benefit the county?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things I've done already is talking to some of my clients and resources that I have up here that have some involvement in the 4-H operations or knowledge of that with Ohio State and those programs that they have at the county level. We need to be able to embrace what Adams County is. Adams County is blue collar, it's working class, it's a lot of agricultural, like most of the state is. And for me to be able to get involved, just like my grandparents did and my mother did, being down there in those segments, I would be truly honored. And I really embrace, my fellow people of Adams County to really, talk with me, communicate with me about what they want to get done and what they see the future for Adams County.
Okay. All right. Well, nobody can ever accuse me. How long have we been? We've been talking a while here. Nobody can ever accuse me of doing short form interviews. So I appreciate you taking the time here on a Sunday afternoon to talk with me, Alex. It'll frame up for tomorrow. I appreciate you reaching out to me about doing the tour in Adams County when Kelly Jones, who demanded the tour in Adams County, is gone silent. I would welcome Mr. Jones doing an interview like this as well. Or hopefully tomorrow he will talk. As you know, I've reached out to him. I put the text message to him online, and but I have not heard back from him. So I want to thank you and have a great rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, I want to thank you, and again, Chris, thank you for bringing the media to Adams County and helping people voice their concerns and uncovering things and truly showing what makes Adams County great and what we can do to change certain aspects of it to continue to make Adams County great again.
Well, I appreciate that. And just in case if people don't know, just because you mentioned it, I'm a Claremont County guy, and the only reason I started paying any attention to Adams County was because of the Aaron Haslam situation, because he had come into Claremont County as a special prosecutor and threw a case. I mean, obviously threw a case to let somebody off. And so that caused me, and it didn't do it fast. It was like, I don't know, a better part of a year to say, I got to follow up with what's the deal with this guy, Aaron Haslam. And that's how I've gotten involved. And then that's caused me to have more focus and more, people coming to me. And I'm sorry, there's very few people I actually have the bandwidth to help. And there's lots of stories that people bring to me. But I'm glad to bring some light, like the school situation with the dance team where the weird
Uh,
LGBT dance thing where I posted it and got like, I don't know, like 5x more engagement than the actual newspaper did from Adams County. So I'm glad to on things that I can get my arms around and my head around. I'm glad to help people in there. So I appreciate it, Alex. Have a good rest of the afternoon.
Thank you, Chris.